Hey guys, Virgie here. This is how my morning goes down. Just dropped off the kids. Got myself what I get, peach tea with lemon, sweetened with classic. That's how I start my day. Changes all the time, seriously. I technically do have an office in Westlake Village, but most of the work that I do goes down here. So I kind of wanted to let you into my office. Come on. Had to pick a place that served me, so I mean, I am always with my family and I'm always working. I'm kind of like a serial entrepreneur, so this serves me really well. I come in here to my office. It's my home, actually. Right over here is where my kids play. He's doing something with shot glasses. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. I'm not sure what's going on there. And then over here, oh yes, I'm sure you guys all know, but she's back. Yes, this is Moonflower. She gets fed every night, and she didn't eat all her cookies, so I'm not sure, but she did bring a reindeer, so that's good. My kids were very, very happy. And come on, keep on coming. This is technically supposed to be a dining room, like a formal dining room, but not for me. I'm like I said, a serial entrepreneur, so I get an idea in my head. I need to come down here and just work it out. So this is where all the magic happens, the magic whiteboard. April, sorry, we're kind of bombarding. I've also got my other team member here. I just don't do just real estate. A lot of people don't know this about me, and maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I'm actually an internet marketer, web developer. That's where I started out, and I actually kind of like got into real estate about 10 years ago, and I'm really, really excited now because I really feel like the internet and the real estate is actually really connecting right now. When I tried to start, it was a little bit too early. So what I do is I'm more of a practitioner. Or what is a practitioner? That means I do it all. I build my own websites. If I'm managing my own Facebook, I have my team that I work with, of course, because I like to focus on what I do best. What I love to do is I love to build businesses and I love to build brands. For a long time, I focus on other people's businesses and other people's brands. But lately I've been focusing on me a little bit more. So that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about, because I know that I'm gonna have my camera guy to kind of sit down and get a little more comfortable because I think he's going to, his legs are gonna lock up on him, so you might see some bouncing around. I'm not gonna cut because I want to keep this as real as possible. All right, there, that's better. But and why I bring that up is because my background with internet and internet marketing, I have actually seen the whole evolution from then until now on how people are marketing and engaging. So back in '98, in that time, it was different. Privacy was a very, very big deal. You didn't go out there with your own personal name. It was a handle, and then it turned into avatars and all that stuff. But really, it was a handle that you had, and everything was on the down low. And it was actually a pretty cool time. It was a time where it was all open source, and the internet was free, and there was a lot of information out there. And of course, hackers went out there and did their thing. But that's actually how it grew so fast. And then they started to go, well, with all this traffic, we need to start monetizing it. So a little apology there for the first gen marketing tactics with all those annoying pop overs and pop unders and all those click peel things. Yeah, we were responsible for some of that, but and all those paid per clicks. But that's actually how it evolved. It went from free information, and then we had to figure out how to monetize it. And of course, people monetized it, and we had to get better at it because the consumer wasn't really comfortable with purchasing stuff online. And then it evolved again. The game changed again. So then people started getting these formulas and all these courses and all these funnels and these stealth pages and landing pages. And it's great, but then the consumer started getting really smart. And then people had to start getting a little bit more creative, a little more innovative. But the problem is that the people behind a lot of these products, pushing a lot of the marketing, weren't the people who created the product. So it's really hard to get content that you can actually push to actually make you stand out from everybody else. So right now there is a shift again happening. The game is now changing again, and it actually puts the power more in my hands and your hands. And if you really have, a personal brand or something, or a product or something that you can actually stand behind that actually gives a lot of value, then there's never been a better time to take advantage of what's happening in the internet with social media and the digital marketing and growth marketing. You might hear that term a little bit more now because a lot of internet marketers are touting that, oh, I'm now a growth marketer. It's kind of the same thing, guys. The only difference is the ROI is a little different. The strategy is a little different. The perspective is a lot different, and that's what's hard for people to get around, is because they're not used to giving so much value without getting that immediate ROI, with that immediate conversion. So for me, I'm all about really aligning yourself with who you are, okay? Because I think it makes deciding where you want to go in your life and how kind of business you want to build a lot easier, because you're aligning it with what you want. So when you actually do get there, then you're in a place you want to be, not a place that you got to reevaluate and refigure out. So for me, I'm not going to get more time out of my life. I figured that out, and instead of stressing over that, decided to look at it differently. I decided to get more value out of the time that I have. And the only way to do that is stop overthinking, stop thinking too much, and just start doing. Okay, so I could have done all this that I'm about to do and come back to you guys with some course that I have and like, look how I succeeded. But I have no plans for putting on a course or, for this, because this is just something that I love and something I'm passionate about, and something as a way of my giving back, and it's a way of me growing. Actually, I'm actually doing this to serve me. I get a lot of value out of doing this. When I do a video for you guys and you guys engage and you guys ask me questions, I am on fire. I'm like pumped the rest of the day. So this is how I know that this is my medium. This is what I should be doing, and that's why I'm doing it. So if I can just connect with one or two of you guys out there who are stuck like I was 2 years ago, overthinking because I was so busy pushing everybody else. Like I had a brokerage that I actually stopped because it wasn't aligned with who I was. But let me tell you a little bit about it and how I learned what it is that I liked. I like giving back. I have a need to contribute. That's something I learned about myself by having this brokerage, and I had 20 agents, and they were all like my little baby birds, and I was feeding them, and it was really great. But the only problem is that I was only feeding the 20, and out of this 20, there might have been like maybe one or two that was really, they were all hearing me, but not many of them were actually applying it. They were stuck. They were too scared, and they didn't want to do video. They didn't want to put themselves out there. And the easiest way to do what I'm doing here is to stop fucking worrying about what everybody else thinks and just do you. That's it. Because when you do you want to do it more. And that's the thing. Why people don't do more in their business is because they're burnt out. They're tired. It's not working. What if what you did wasn't about the ROI or the short-term ROI? Because everything's about ROI if you're strategic, but not the short-term ROI. What if it was a longer play? What if it was a longer hold? I mean, are you going to only be in this business as a realtor, or let's just call it what it is? We're entrepreneurs. We're all working for ourselves, okay? So let's create the lives that we want while we're doing it. And how you do that is align yourself with who you are and be very strategic about it. So this is me. Actually, I just had an idea. You know what? I actually think that because I was just talking about how the internet and things are changing, and it's just something I was thinking about earlier, is that it's really weird. We're so connected right now. Like I could put this video out and connect to like a bunch of you, right? But in a world that we're so connected, isn't it weird that we're really more disconnected than we've ever been? Like, and that's not really sitting well with me. Like, it's just really weird. So for me, I think I want to put together some sort, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm going to put on the magic whiteboard right now. This is magic. Let's say we're going to do a mastermind, let's say, or a meetup or some sort of thing. And this is not working. Let's do green because that needs go. And we'll do, let's say, January. I don't know, I haven't looked at my calendar, say like 11th through the 15th. I don't know, 15 sounds like a good number. Let's just say maybe January 15th. So mark your calendar somewhere between then. We'll maybe do it in Westlake Village, Stonehouse, or I don't know, somewhere where we can actually just connect and just collaborate about some of this stuff. Because I just think it's really important, not just for your growth, but for my growth. Because I could sit here in this office all day long and read, and you should too. Please, guys, with me, do something, okay? For the next week, this is something that I've actually working with myself and my kids, but we're gonna meet up, but let's do January 15th, mark your calendars. But also something I wanna leave you guys with is, this is really important to me because I really really think that people are not paying enough attention to the content that is being filtered in their minds. Like it's actually happening on autopilot. There's all kinds of stuff that we're being fed through media, through news, through just people you walk around. Like I went to a grocery store and I went and talked to somebody. I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? And the guy's like, life. And then I caught myself going, yeah, no. And then I walked away. I'm like, no, I don't know. Why? Like, that really sucks. It really sucks that we live in a world where so many people are so unhappy. So I just think that, maybe if you just be a little bit more aware of the content that you're consuming, as aware as you are as the content that you are, or the food that we eat and drink, think as closely about what you're reading, what you're intaking, what you're saying, how you react. Like, let's say, I don't know, just the littlest things. If you just change your vocabulary, it changes your mindset, and that changes your perspective. So for me, it's just like a little mental diet. So I don't know, I'm gonna think about that a little bit more and how I want to deliver it. But what I want you to do is be a little bit more aware of the things you say and the things you talk about, and then try to make a mental shift and decide to make that more positive in a way. So somebody came up to me the other day that I've worked with about 2 years ago and was like, wow, you're so different. Like, what's changed? I'm like, I'm just happy. Like, seriously, that's what it is. I'm just really happy. I finally just decided just to do me and own me and just do that. And that's working. So try it for a week and see and notice it. Don't try to be aware of what other people are saying, because that just gets annoying and they won't like that. But just be aware of you. Don't be too critical, but just be aware. You'll notice that you probably say a lot more negative things than you actually think you do. And if you actually take a little bit more intent and definitive purpose of your thoughts, changes the game. That's what I'm trying to do. So anyways, guys, that's it. January 15th. I think I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to try to see what we can do, and I'll keep you guys posted. Have a beautiful day. Make it as productive as possible. And that's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.